Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. Welcome to the last episode of the 19th century. For the Japan run, at least. I'm just going to get us going at speed 4 until these wars pop off. And I think they're going to be interesting ones. We'll see how that goes. For now, I'm going to put my main fleet escorting convoys to the front. Ooh. France wants us in their customs union? No, thank you. I would like to have my own customs union. To arms. Disease among the wounded. The deaths from disease amongst the wounded soldiers has skyrocketed. Imagine a quart. You know how much a quart is, right? Well, no? Well, picture 2 cups of tea. Now imagine instead of tea, they're full of maggots. That's how many we pull out of this one poor fella after he was left to fester. Whoa, this is troubling. I don't want reduced recovery rate in a war like this, so I'm going to offload some to the civilian medical sector. It's going to put extra mortality in Kansai. That's not going to be a problem for me. Once again, I'm going to complete my little war here in Makran, and then we'll go on and deal with, oh boy, with India. The ethics of exploitation. The government's attempt to pass the No Colonial Affairs Law has brought the ethics of colonialism to the forefront of public debate. We have no right to interfere, control, or exploit. 2 arms. Or exploit. They say we bring civilization, we bring misery and oppression. We rig the entire social economic structures of the colonies to serve our selfish needs. I can see no colonial affairs is morally correct. This gives us small chance of a 10% increased enactment chance, large chance of 20% increased enactment chance, or 40% chance of minus 10% enactment chance, or I can concede to some other points. This makes it more likely to have a smaller increase in enactment chance, but it makes it more likely to have an increase instead of a decrease. With 25% chance each of a 20% increase or a 10% decrease, or 50% chance of a 10% increase. I'm going to go with the second one because I don't want to lose enactment chance. 10%, perfect. Let's just make sure we're winning our battle here. We sure are. Very good. Interesting. There's been another revolution in India. Maybe somewhere else. And then Spain is having a liberal revolt. Interesting. What is Spain? Spain's a landed voting monarchy. A state religion and national supremacy. Interesting. Alright, and France is intervening in that situation, which is a whole other deal. And we're nearly winning here. There's that. We should be winning very soon. We got some trade routes inactive into Isak. Okay, that's fine. It's probably because of a revolt there or something. Yep. That's okay. Looks like a trade route trading glass to Russia is unprofitable, so we'll cut it. Another one trading man-o'-wars to Russia, and another one trading explosives to Scandinavia. I don't actually need those, so we'll live without them. There's a lot of rubber in the world, oh boy. We got some front chicanery here. Ugh. Can't even with this. Anyway, these fronts will probably merge pretty soon. At any rate, we are losing war support much slower than our enemies, so I'm not... Yeah, there we go. So that's how that happened. That's how that's going to go down for a while now. And we are absolutely crushing them in this war. So that should not shock anyone. Very good. We're on one front now once again. Just going to go ahead and speed us up here. We're very close to completing the honorable restoration. That's going to change up our politics significantly, but it's going to be worth it. We are pressing forward at an alarming rate here. There is a front in Ceylon that we're not manning because, again, we're worried about our colony versus this British colony. Cool. We've gone to the other front now. Oh, we're actually just not going to be able to finish this war at all until we've got them fully occupied. But that's okay, because that'll be done very soon. No colonial affairs is on consideration, which is very good. Isak backs down. Interesting. Alright. Saigo is now going to be over here. I don't necessarily need him on that front. I need him on... No, actually, he'll be fine on that front. Although, we're actually not doing as well on this front. So it might be better to go here. Yeah, I'm going to go there. We'll shoot at Italy over there. Huh. Curious. Oh, my goodness. Something going on in Belgium. There's a bourgeois revolt in Belgium. I don't need to worry about that. I'm over here in Japan. This war should be over presently, with our allies retaining their position. Wow. I don't know why this is taking them so long to get there, but it is what it is. So we'll get this fleet escorting convoys to the British Raj now. And there's Je Nicole. We haven't been doing much naval fighting, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that right on. And we should be able to get started winning here as soon as we get here, but it's taken a long time to sail this. It doesn't look like that big of a distance, personally, but I am not some sort of naval, some sort of nav lord. We are definitely winning the war. And that puts us at a significant advantage over our enemies on this front, so hopefully that will allow us to clear it out with a minimum of trouble. So this is our first time actually fighting a European power. Wow. Kerstomp. We crushed them good. But then again, they'd been on a long push in difficult territory, so not shocking that. Turn that into a victory, though, and that's what's important. Alright, this isn't going to finish right now because we're at war, and this only ticks up when we're at peace. Okay, well, we'll get finished out with this, and then we'll commence with our restoration in an orderly fashion, as is characteristic of our culture and playstyle. Ooh, we're in adoption. Wonderful. Scandinavia wants a trade agreement. I accept. I pretty much always accept trade agreements. I think it's almost always valuable to have those. Interesting. Fertilizer issue with Russia. Well, we'll keep it going for now. They're buying a lot of fertilizer, and we've got a lot of... It's actually not interrupting profits that much, because there is quite a bit of profit in it still. And the aristocratic revolt is for sure losing. Wonderful. Italy is bailed out of the war, and that pretty much means the end of it for the aristocratic revolt. So the British Raj will continue to stand strong. Wonderful. A successfully completed war. Investment pools draining at a healthy rate. Time to import some sugar. We can get some from the British market. Let's get it from the Walega market and the Zanzibari market. Both of those markets are offering significant profits over the British market. The British market is offering significant volume. Most of our sugar is coming from rice farms. Okay, and those are producing a reasonable amount of sugar. Overall. Yeah, not that much, actually. But we've got a lot of them, so it is what it is. Still short on coal. Well, let's go ahead and increase the coal industry. We're going to max out our coal production in Kyushu. That was pretty fast. Hokkaido's coal mines remain crazy profitable. There's a lot of migration extraction in Hokkaido, but I don't necessarily... None of my pops are going to be very happy if I open the border. So I'm keen to not do that too soon. We do have quite a few opium plantations, so I'm going to go ahead and switch my production method for my armies over to field hospitals, and that's going to make them significantly more effective. Let me see, we're going towards monitor now. So that'll make our navy stronger. It will also increase our naval power projection. Backroom dealings exposed. Prominent members of the intelligentsia, outspoken supporters of no colonial affairs, and close allies of Tsukunori Okubo have been exposed in a corruption scandal, having exchanged political favors for personal gifts. What is the chief end of man? To get rich. In what way? Dishonestly if we can, honestly if we must. I generally throw them to the wolves to clean up the mess. We can derive some benefit from participating ourselves. This gives me a setback, but I'm not wedded to no colonial affairs, and it reduces enactment time, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. If it fails, it fails. It won't be a big sad. I've definitely got a good solid base of supporters because standard of living has been going way up. Literacy is also a little bit leveling out now. But I'm hoping it does continue to increase as we get things growing here. And we're basically there. Should be finishing this out pretty soon. That's going to be a big ol' event, friends, so I'm going to... I thought we had... No, I think we're technically slated to go till the end of 1900 with this episode, so I think that's where we're going to go next. And yeah, you'll get to see the restoration, and that's going to do some interesting things. So, honorable restoration. Our obligation from Magwenda now is expiring. Ooh, but they'll be our tributary. Yes, I would. What about you, Dainan? Still defending the borders? Yeah. That's okay. Burma? Ooh, closer. Excellent. Cool. The Meiji Restoration. The shogunate has fallen from power, and Emperor Meiji has restored the political primacy of the monarchy. This momentous occasion marks the end of centuries of shogunate rule in Japan, and heralds a new era of modernization and reform. The emperor must choose his political allies carefully. The former shogun bows with respect and shame as he hands over his residence and seat of power, the mighty Edo Castle, to the restored emperor. Renovations are set to begin at once. The old castle to be replaced by a glorious imperial palace. Though the exterior will appear much the same as the former imperial residence in Kyoto, the emperor plans to combine Japan's rich decorative traditions with strange Western fashions, a metaphor, perhaps, for the future shape of Japan. And our two options here are industrial might will see us through, industrialists get stronger, and then, or we must look to the intellectuals, the intelligentsia get stronger. I'm going to go with the industrialists. Go ahead and click that. And now we have a new event. We need to complete we've already completed 2 out of 3 journal entries. So the fall of the samurai has popped just now. Japan has succeeded in reforming the armed forces and putting an end to the backward system of feudalism. The samurai warrior caste seemingly no longer have a place within our modernizing society. The shogun completely commanded the loyalty of the daimyo, who in turn relied on their samurai to help them enforce their rule over the enserfed peasantry. This was the basis of Japanese feudalism, now a relic of the past. There are still those loyal to samurai ideals, the codes and virtues known as bushido, and that legacy will surely endure. But the samurai have fallen, and we will not see their like again. Let them keep their status as officers and nobles. This gets us a 25% penalty to military research speeds. That's pretty bad. Or the era of the samurai is over. This radicalizes a bunch of officers and servicemen. Yikes! Still, both of them cause the samurai to lose the one of their ideologies, bakufu, which is they strongly endorse monarchy, they endorse serfdom, and they endorse autocracy. So, we're gonna do... Oh, man, we're doing a military thing right now, though. The samurai are very happy with us right now. I'm gonna do the second one. They have gained a bunch of radicals, but it ultimately won't be that big of a deal. So, there's 3 journal entries here. So the first one was the end of the samurai. That was something that happened because we ended serfdom, and we ended it a long time ago. So we got a fancy new color here, new flag. So next is End Sakoku. Japan has isolated itself for centuries to resist foreign influences, but it is now time to open ourselves to the world. Our goal, however, is not only to open Japan, but to establish our nation as a power on the world stage. So to do this, we need to not have closed borders enacted. So we'll work on that next. Bureaucratic imbroglio. Lawmakers working towards the enactment of no colonial affairs have found themselves mired in a Okay, settle down, tech tree. Found themselves mired in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. The fully developed bureaucratic apparatus compares with other organizations exactly as it does the machine with the non-mechanical modes of production. I can say, damn this labyrinthine legal system. This gives us minus 20% enactment speed and minus 10% enactment chance. Or I can do cut through at least some of this red tape. This one doesn't reduce enactment chance, but it costs us some bureaucracy and radicalizes some bureaucrats. I'm going to do the second one, as I always do. We now have self-propelled torpedoes spreading. That's also the tech we're researching. The tech that popped up there was Monitor, which will cost us a bunch more ammunition and ironclads, but it'll be worth it. Which way the wind blows. A recently published article has debated where Japan's future lies after the end of Sakoku, weighing the benefits of aligning with other Asian countries or turning to the United States and the European powers. It may seem obvious a country's loyalties should be bound by the practicalities of geography, but that thinking lies in the past. The size of the world has changed. Who knows how it will be controlled in the future? The world will keep getting smaller. Japan must leave Asia behind and look to the Western powers. Relations towards Great Qing and Joseon deteriorate by 20. And relations with the United States, Britain, Russia, France, Austria, and Italy increased by 30. We will stand with our neighboring nations. This improves relations with Great Qing and Joseon. Where the future is uncertain, we need to be prepared for anything. This gives us 10% influence for 5 years. I'm gonna deteriorate relations with Great Qing and Joseon. And boost up relations with a bunch of European powers by 30. That seems good. The shallow draft solution. Designed for coastal defense operations, what monitors lack in ocean-going capabilities, they make up for in cost-effectiveness. Admiral Mitsura Kamyo has informed the Admiralty in Edo that his fleet will keep any foes away from Japanese waters. Sir, while it might indeed look like a cheese box on a raft, I assure you that the 15-inch guns she carries in that box of hers are no laughing matter. Secure shores means secure commerce, 10% extra trade center throughput. Let us orient our naval doctrine around them, 10% defense. Or we don't win by having the best ships, we win by having the most. This reduces Navy offense and defenses, increases shipyard throughput. I'm going to do the second one. I'm going to make our Navy stronger. Alright, so that's all of that business. Oh my goodness, everything's going sideways in Europe. What is happening? A Prussian capitalist revolt is rocking Prussia, although the government does seem to be winning, despite the fact that they're losing. Who's involved in this war? Basically nobody. Interesting. Wait a minute. Prussia's a council republic. That's bananas. Scandinavia is having a liberal revolt, and then Great Britain is also having a liberal revolt. What was Great Britain doing that wasn't... Oh boy. Yes, Russia, we'll take a trade agreement. Sure. Shove that cash in my mouth. Sorry. This is how I talk in when I'm playing Victoria 3. Liberal revolt wants what? Presidential republic, looks like. And cultural exclusion. Defensive pact with the United States. Heck yes. I would be delighted to align with you, America. Would you like to join my customs union? That's really funny. Oh no, this is join customs union. No, that's not. I've seen games where we made that mistake. I'm in an online game with various types of Paradox games. We were playing Vicky 3 for a while, and one of the things that happened was one of my players was trying to form Italy, but he accidentally joined another Italian state's customs union rather than forming up a customs union together with them. It was very funny. So, what do we have next? We have a shortage of ironclads. That's predictable. That was predictable. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all of my shipyards that are producing steamships, and I'm going to switch them over to military shipbuilding. That should make them just about equally profitable. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. Cool. And we've still got countries in our customs union that are using both man-o-wars and clippers, so we're still producing those in our shipyards because our shipyards need them. There's reinforced concrete that'll allow us to build even faster. Come on, no colonial affairs. Wonderful. And now finally, we're going to move to having only migration controls. So people still can't come in, but you can move around internally. And if you don't wish to be here and are Japanese, you can leave. And if somehow you got to be somewhere else and you're Japanese, you can move back. Wild times. I'm not going to go to no migration controls. I don't think that's going to be helpful for me right now. Yeah, and once that gets done, we'll have completed End Sakoku, and then we will complete the Meiji Restoration. And we'll see what a renewed Japan brings us. Let's take a look at Meiji Yamato as our last thing before we clear out of here. So he aligns with the Industrialists, making them super duper powerful and giving us a big ol' righteous government. His heir is Emperor Taisho. And after that, so he is 21, honorable and erudite, and he also aligns with the Industrialists. So Meiji Yamato has the innovative trait, which gives us 10% tech spread. He is charismatic, 5% influence and 50 popularity. Excellent. And then he's a diplomat, which gives us an additional 5% influence and him an additional 10% popularity. We are a government of the Industrialists, and that will basically let us do everything we wish to do. We don't need to dilute the power of the Industrialists by moving another interest group into power, although we could if we wanted their help making changes. But we don't. So, yeah, we'll continue to stay where we are. It's going to be an interesting era for Japan. We are having something of an infrastructure shortage in Kansai. Oh my goodness, a massive infrastructure shortage in Kansai. I don't know how that happened. Let's go ahead and get some railways built. I know there are some railways under construction already, but... Oh, probably because the capital moved to Edo, here in Kanto province. Cool. Balinese talent. We see an opportunity to call in the obligation Bali owes us by requesting the service of their commander, Mohammed Shah. He is a slaver, tactful, open-terrain commander, or expensive tastes. Not everyone is afforded the opportunities they deserve in their home country. We are an ambitious nation, one that will make better use of his skills than they ever could. Just what our military needs, this lets us steal that guy, or the obligation is worth more than the skills of one man. I'm going to do the second one. I don't need additional characters right now. Citizens of the world. Inspired by the ongoing reform to migration controls, Sokanori Okubo of the intelligentsia has penned a vision for the future where borders are abolished altogether. Borders are the scars of a map. Like scars, there are some who find them beautiful in a way. Hard-fought, hard-earned. They find them so beautiful they forget that maps don't need scars, so they start inflicting them. On maps, but more horrifyingly on people. The day we let go of the past and let the scars heal is the day we can finally be free. This is the future we want. Gives us 20% enactment chance. Makes Sokanori Okubo much more popular. And Sokanori Okubo is the head of the intelligentsia. But it pisses off the armed forces. Or it has the right spirit but seems naively utopian. Tidor improving relations. Very good. I'm going to go with the second one. I don't want to anger the armed forces at a time when the armed forces is full of radicals. 6% of their political strength is radical. Now, I know it might seem like I radicalized a ton of their political strength earlier, but actually, I only kind of did because they were all... because most of them were loyalist already. So they didn't go fully to radical, they mostly just became not loyalists anymore. Anyway, it's been an action-packed episode. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. Next episode we finish the Meiji Restoration. But until then, I will see you on the other side.